I like Spider-Man Far From Home a great deal, but there's been one piece of its puzzle that I felt was absent until now. If Far From Home examines the legacy of Tony Stark...
You're missing the point. There's no throne. There is no version of this where you come out on top. Maybe your army comes, and maybe it's too much for us, but it's all on you.
Stark. My only curse is you.
All that for a drop of blood.
Because if we can't protect the Earth, you can be damn well sure we'll avenge it.
I am inevitable.
Then where is that for Steve Rogers? The circle is now complete with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Through self-sacrifice and timey-wimey shenanigans, Tony Stark and Steve Rogers are gone for good. In their stead are two heroes who have the chops to become their avenging successors.
Yeah, I can fly.
And I can fly. Who gives a shit?
How does it feel?
Like it's someone else's.
Peter Parker is a tech genius turned Spider-Man who held a mentor-student dynamic with the late Stark. He has his genius mind and incredible spider powers of his own to boot. He has every bit the potential to fill the tech knowledge void left by Iron Man, whilst also being an even better hero. Sam is an ex-soldier and army counsellor, making him perfect at talking to his friends and foes alike with compassion. He has the will and the spirit to be Cap, not to mention the guns, Rocky style. Not only is Sam a perfect fit for Cap, but the show is a perfect continuation of the Captain America series.
The price of freedom is high. It always has been. And it's a price I'm willing to pay.
Cap has never been a jingoistic sell. It is about the ideals of America, and its political undertones usually involve government skepticism, favouring the strength of will in people.
I'm not gonna launch those ships. Captain's orders.
Civil War is inherently political, as is Steve Rogers' arc from government showman and puppet to insurgent and radical, so it makes sense that the Falcon and the Winter Soldier has a perspective and critique on America, particularly from Sam's black perspective. If you were annoyed that the show went down this route, then I don't know what to tell you. The show was also massively entertaining and full of action. So I think you can get away with asking politically charged, socially conscious questions.
Pledge allegiance to that, my brother. They will never let a black man be Captain America.
It's all relevant to the character and the plot. I don't see how you could say this was forced or doesn't intertwine with the rest of the story. John Walker stands diametrically opposed to the Falcon Captain America in every way. He intimidates, he bullies, he is made to look and feel like the public is getting the same persona they got before, but he is ultimately a lie. Sam stands for truth, justice, and yeah, you get where I'm going here.
I'm not your enemy. I agree with your fight. I just can't get with the way you're fighting it.
This isn't you, John.
You gotta stop looking to other people to tell you who you are. Let me ask you, what would be the point of all the pain and sacrifice if I wasn't willing to stand up and keep fighting?
Anyway, plus 10 points to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Sam and Peter are the perfect people to take on the void left by Stephen Stark, but crucially, they don't lose their individual identities. Just because Peter Parker is scientifically minded like Stark doesn't mean he'll be the next Iron Man. The film pointedly says so.
You're not Iron Man. You're never going to be Iron Man.
He's going to continue to be Spider-Man, but with his best foot forward. The lessons he's learnt from Stark live on.
I just wanted to be like you.
And I wanted you to be better.
This doesn't mean that the effect Uncle Ben has had on him isn't equally, if not more important. We just haven't explored it yet.
What the f?
The last time I did a sponsor for Hover, the video was about Jango Fett, and this week, whoa, we've got another hovering hero in the Falcon. Jetpacks, hovering, hover, synergy, hovering. Today's sponsor is Hover. I know when you think of me and full fat videos, you think professional, and that's great, but you can't even tell if I'm wearing pants today. And that just goes to show the importance of how your business looks and is perceived online. A slick domain name for your website is the kind of premium sheen that will stop everyone questioning whether or not you even wore pants to the Home Office. Instead, they'll be impressed with a cool and memorable custom domain name that instills confidence and a commitment to quality. If you have a professional business that needs a dedicated online presence, then you're going to want your website to have a domain name that encapsulates the brand and makes any first impression a good one. Your personal website is a platform that you have complete control over. It represents you, your brand, and your business. So why would you not want your domain name to look absolutely spiffing? Spiffing. Hover has over 400 domain name extensions to choose from, including all the classics and fun niche extensions. If I want a slick domain name for my photoshops and digital art, for example, .art will look way better and more specific to what my website is all about. Hover allows you to connect your domain name to many website builders with a few simple clicks, so you can easily integrate your new domain name to your pre-existing website. There's no annoying upsells, and you'll be treated to a clean user interface, not to mention access to a best-in-class customer support team. It's quick, easy, and straightforward to get a custom domain name or a custom email address, so why not head on over to Hover to look as slick as humanly possible online. Go to hover.com/fullfat to get 10% off your first purchase and start personalising your brand today. Equally, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier went to great lengths to establish that the Falcon is a superhero in his own right. He's not a sidekick. He's gone from being a soldier to a war machine to a Falcon draped in red, sans machine guns with gadgets and whipcords closer to that of another bird-themed superhero. I've said this before on a previous video, but damn, the MCU's Falcon wingsuit, it just got cooler and cooler, and unlike Peter, he might be taking on the mantle of his predecessor, but it makes sense in the context of the character. He can be a beacon of hope in the same way Steve was. The shield belongs with him.
Dude, Captain America needs my help. There's no better reason to get back in.
I'm sorry, wait, who are you? Captain America.
No.
Both films demystify the heroes we knew. It celebrates them and the impact their absence has left, but doesn't refuse to criticise them or their methods.
Nobody could live up to Tony. Not even Tony.
And this might be a surprise, but
He was a mess. He second-guessed everything he did. He was all over the place.
it doesn't matter what Steve thought.
The one thing that he did that he didn't second-guess was picking you.
Tony Stark's corporate sins are still haunting him even in death. Steve passes the shield to Sam without ever really considering the national, social and political history tied to his identity as a black man and the identity of the shield.
When you retired it made me feel like I had nothing left. Made me question everything. You, Steve, me. When Steve told me what he was planning, I don't think either of us really understood what it felt like for a black man to be handed the shield.
The only power I have is that I believe we can do better.
I owe you an apology. I'm sorry.
Mackie has actually since said in an interview that for him, Bucky's apology was the moment Sam realised that he could be Captain America. He explained that America's struggles with acknowledgement, specifically acknowledgement for black Americans and their contributions to what this country has become. It meant a lot to Sam just simply for Bucky to say, "I never considered what it would mean for a black man to become Captain America." That was the huge turning point for Sam. It was a cathartic experience, and his ability to release that pain and frustration in that moment turned that character completely on his head and moved him in the direction of accepting the idea of becoming Captain America. It's also just a great conversation between two men that feels open and honest and authentic. We need more of this, guys. What I like about this is that Steve Rogers is of course an ally to all people, but that doesn't mean he necessarily understands every single perspective. It shows that he didn't always get it exactly right, much like in Civil War, and it's more nuanced to see Bucky and Sam mourn his absence while still realising his mistakes. Much like hearing that Tony was a mess, it humanises Steve.
He second-guessed everything he did. He was all over the place.
This is exactly what Peter needs to hear in this moment. Not only has he made a bunch of stupid teenager mistakes, but he's not always had the benefit of foresight, rushing into hot situations and trying to be the hero without always measuring the cost. But even Tony Stark did that, proving that it doesn't matter. What matters is that Peter tries.
I shouldn't be alive.
What you just saw, that is your legacy, Stark.
Come on, Peter. Come on, Spider-Man. Come on, Spider-Man. Come on.
Unless it was for a reason.
That's Captain America.
And the best part? The damn costumes, man. Peter ends up crafting his, so far, final suit to the tune of AC/DC's Back in Black.
Oh, I love Led Zeppelin!
It's a fun little tie-in to the first Iron Man movie. I know you guys know that, but I had to say it so the comment section wasn't flooded with people telling me that I didn't mention this. Anyway. The upgraded suit borrows the first suit's basic design and aesthetic, but now with a more streamlined two-colour scheme. Spider-Man looks right at home in red and black. Peter's got swag, but it's Sam who has seen his superhero digs get the most progression across the MCU. His first suit was a basic soldier's wingsuit in grey camo colours. He then got a more superhero-y costume with touches of red, and crucially, some upgrades. In the series, the costume has been reduced to darker tones and a flashy red middle. The Falcon looks great zipping across the screen, and this is the best Falcon outfit we've ever gotten. But if we're talking about Mackie's final suit in the series, well...
You of all people bought into that bullshit.
I'm trying something different. Maybe you should do the same.
This suit is a really strong first look for Sam's Captain America. The abundance of white makes it instantly unique amongst the Roger uniforms, not to mention comic accurate for the purists. He's kept the best parts of the Falcon suit, whilst also having the classic cap features, the stripes, the shoulder pads, and then we're treated to a tech-based cap with wings and the shield. Overall, I'm really happy with this suit, and for a first flight, not bad. We've had cap suits fail harder in certain aspects than anything on this one. Not to say I think it's perfect. What did you think of the white Captain America suit? I've seen some people criticise the abundance of white, which, whilst striking, can sometimes be harder to light on screen. Some other gripes have pointed towards that cowl. Again, it's comic accurate as fuck, but I'd be lying if I didn't think it looked goofy in one or two of the shots. I think they could stick with the cowl as long as there's like a slight redesign around the chops, but I put it to you. What do you think of this suit? How does it fare amongst the others in the MCU? Would you be happy if they stuck with the same design for Sam's next appearance? Or are some modifications in order?
I hate you.
Nice job, Cap.
Thanks.
This has been a long time coming, almost 2 years to the dot in fact, and I can't now wait to see Captain America and Spider-Man meet. Seeing them together in their new threads to lead a new wave of Avengers would be the perfect coda to their very first scrap in Civil War.
You have the right to remain silent!
And it would solve an aching issue in the MCU. Captain America and Spider-Man, they never really got a lot of time together. So it would be fantastic if the Patrick Troughton era of Captain America saw Sam and Peter meet up and team up.
Going up!
Original recipe Cap and Spider-Man never got much of a relationship, but the new Captain America could. It's a duo that is needed in the MCU as sorely as Peter and Matt Murdock in my opinion. So in a nutshell, this video has kind of been about what I've liked and enjoyed the most from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But what did I find the most disappointing? Well, it involves a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and a lot of this.
They weren't even super soldiers.
But I'll cover all of that in the next video. Until then, Captain America is dead. Long live Captain America. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and you dig all my funky edits, then please consider subscribing for everything from Doctor Who to the Star Wars. And if you really feel like it, yeah, why not follow the Instagram too for cool little edits and photoshops. Cheers. Before you go, here's a little nudge to go on over to Amazon Prime Video UK's YouTube channel for my latest collaboration. Full spoilers for Season 1 of Invincible and both seasons of The Boys, as I break down the common ground between OMNI-MAN and Homelander. If you like the video, you'd be doing me a massive favour by liking it and leaving a comment with my name on it. The chance to do these has only been made possible from your continued support, so thank you. Hi guys, Matt here. Thank you for watching another full fat video. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and hit the bell so you know when a new video drops. If you'd like to get in touch with me, why not follow me on Twitter at fullfatvideos or on Instagram at full_fat_videos. A big personal thank you to our full fat tier patrons, Dr. Chike, Jax Merrick and Cyrus Solker. Your ongoing support keeps the lights on. Until next time, keep it full fat.